with the WWE Hall of Fame, man, that really, really broke my heart. That really, really, a lot of guys say, don't put it over. Don't now screw that. I am going to share the authenticity and the truth about how that did affect me. For years, Devin, I campaigned and I promoted my father as he's the 5th wrestler in the history of the WWE to become champion. He only held the belt for 9 days, but he always told me, he said, Shawn, that was the most happiest 9 days of my life, apart from you being born. And God rest your soul, Dad. He back in his day, he was considered a transitional champion. They wanted to get the title from Pedro to Bruno, 2 baby faces, but they needed a good heel. They needed a strong heel to make the transition. And so there was other heels that were there, but my dad was a good, solid heel and would be the perfect guy to get that piece of business done. And he did. But, here's an original WWE champion, 5th wrestler in the history of the company. Here I am, retired for many years. I go on to become a chiropractor. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I just want to give you, the fans here, a picture of this experience for me, okay? You don't read about me. I'm not making negative headlines. I'm not in drug rehab. I'm not, in pornography. I'm not trying to crap on anybody, because we all go through our journeys and we all have, our challenges. And so for those people, I'm making a reference here. I thought I went out and did a good community thing by becoming a community leader and being a healer with my hands as a chiropractor. I also developed a speaking career to light up the hearts and minds and souls of people to help them with their breakthroughs and help them stand in their greatness. Meaning I feel like my contributions since I've been out of wrestling have been, I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes, and I'm going to continue making mistakes. But, I just, I feel like I just really got shit on this one, because I campaigned and I promoted for years on social media about, hey, what about Stan the Man? Yes, I'm going to be biased. Yes, obviously I'm his son. I'm going to be pushing for him. But don't you think he's worthy of a WWE Hall of Fame induction? I think so. You have all these other people that have made it, and God bless them for that. I'm happy for everybody's success. I really am. But I must be hated or disliked so much in that company. And by the way, I never jumped on the concussion lawsuit. You know how many times I've been approached for this lawsuit, I never jumped aboard that, because for my own reason, I just didn't feel comfortable with it. I didn't feel like I might have suffered some concussions. I know I did, but I might have suffered those from prior to that. I just didn't feel for me ethical to jump on that that case. Same with the unfortunate Benoit tragedy. I was on I think it was Fox News, and they're trying to drill me about, well, Vince McMahon this and that and whatever, and have me try to throw Vince under the bus. I never did, because I'm an honest guy. I'm transparent. I'm going to tell it like it is. And I just, it's unfortunate when it happened. It's a horrible thing that happened. But my point is, if anything, I've had friends say, why are you sticking up for Vince? Why are you sticking up for WWE? And the answer was because I just didn't have a reason not to just be honest. And I'm just coming from my own experience, So I just felt, though, with what I have done, and again, not tooting my own horn, but going back to school, how hard that was, Devin, to make the transition to go from performing in front of 20,000 people and millions of people on TV back in a classroom taking biochemistry and sitting next to some kids saying, hey, man, I played your video game. I played your character last night. Oh, good for you. Okay, yeah. It was a tough transition, but I got through it, became a chiropractor. I've been serving my community here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for the past 15 plus years. I am currently at Longhorn Injury and Rehab in Dallas for those that are local, so come out and see me. You'll be in great hands, more ways than one. I know that was a cheap plug. But when it came down to inducting my dad in the Hall of Fame, I thought that they would have enough class and enough respect to say, hey, let's give Shawn a call. Let's induct him in the Hall of Fame. I don't need Mr. T time on a podium. Give me 5 to 7 minutes, if that. I'll share a couple funny stories. I'll receive this award in my father's honor and in his name and our family name. Good night, thank you, goodbye, right? That never came. I learned about my dad being inducted in the Hall of Fame through Twitter of wrestling fans. I just finished my workout at LA Fitness. I'm in the parking lot and my phone's blowing up and I'm seeing all this congratulations on social media. They're finally putting your dad in. And I knew at that point, right then and there, Devin, I said, oh my God, they're not, because the Hall of Fame was like the next day or 2 days from that point. I said, no one's called me, no one's informed me. They're going to go stick him in that legacy wing, because the last 2-3 years prior to that, I would see this wing thing pop up and I said, oh man, I get nervous. I said, don't destroy his name in that thing. And no disrespect to the legends that are in that wing. I just felt that my dad deserved just a little bit more, man, than just throwing him in a 20-second video package and stick him in a wing with a video package for WWE's, for a Hall of Fame induction. I never was invited to the arena. No one called me. It was really, truly a spit in the face, and I took it that way. I immediately called Vince. So I have his number. So I called Vince, right? Of course, he didn't pick up, and I figured he wouldn't. I mean, it's WrestleMania weekend. And I texted him. I said, Vince, please don't induct my dad this way. Wait till next year when you guys are in New York. I think it's MetLife Arena or Stadium or something. Besides, this was in New Orleans at the time. I think it was 2018, I believe. I think it was 2018 Hall of Fame. I thought, just wait till next, year. You're in New York. It just makes more sense. My dad was a bigger name in that area anyway, right? Just geographically, my dad was a big name everywhere he went. Every territory he went, he was a top guy. He was a top heel for the most part. But I just thought it was appropriate. You're going to be in the New York area. Let's just wait till next year and just give me 5 minutes. Give me 10 minutes. That's it. Let's do this right. And he just texted me back, of course, and said, it's not a. Please don't take it personal. It's a company decision. Bullshit.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.